یک مقام ارشد سیاسی امنیتی امروز در گفتگو با خبرنگار پرس تیوی شروط ایران برای پایان جنگ و پاسخ ایران به طرح امریکا را اعلام کرد. به گزارش پرس تیوی این 5 شرط عبارتند از: 1. تجاوز و ترور توسط دشمن پایان یابد. 2. شرایطی عینی ایجاد شود که جنگ بار دیگر تکرار نخواهد شد. 3. پرداخت خسارت‌ها و غرامت جنگ تضمین شده و به روشنی تعیین تکلیف شود. 4. خاتمه جنگ در همه جبهه‌ها و در مورد همه گروه‌های مقاومت که در این نبرد مشارکت داشتند در سراسر منطقه به اجرا درآید. 5. اعمال حاکمیت ایران بر تنگه هرمز حق طبیعی و قانونی ایران بوده و خواهد بود و نیز تضمین اجرایی شدن تعهدات طرف مقابل است و باید به رسمیت شناخته شود. این شروط ایران غیر از مطالباتی است که در دور دوم مذاکرات در ژنو چند روز پیش از حمله امریکا و رژیم صهیونیستی در اسفند ماه به طرف مقابل ارائه شده است. یک مقام ارشد سیاسی امنیتی امروز در گفتگو با خبرنگار پرس تیوی شروط ایران برای پایان جنگ و پاسخ ایران به طرح امریکا را اعلام کرد. به گزارش پرس تیوی این 5 شرط عبارتند از: 1. تجاوز و ترور توسط دشمن پایان یابد. 2. شرایطی عینی ایجاد شود که جنگ بار دیگر تکرار نخواهد شد. 3. پرداخت خسارت‌ها و غرامت جنگ تضمین شده و به روشنی تعیین تکلیف شود. 4. خاتمه جنگ در همه جبهه‌ها و در مورد همه گروه‌های مقاومت که در این نبرد مشارکت داشتند در سراسر منطقه به اجرا درآید. 5. اعمال حاکمیت ایران بر تنگه هرمز حق طبیعی و قانونی ایران بوده و خواهد بود و نیز تضمین اجرایی شدن تعهدات طرف مقابل است و باید به رسمیت شناخته شود. این شروط ایران غیر از مطالباتی است که در دور دوم مذاکرات در ژنو چند روز پیش از حمله امریکا و رژیم صهیونیستی در اسفند ماه به طرف مقابل ارائه شده است.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see all of you. Thanks for coming today, as always. China will now take place in Beijing on May 14th and 15th. First Lady Melania and President Trump will also host President Xi and Madam Peng.
Within the past few hours, Iranian state TV has said that Iran has rejected the U.S.'s 15-point plan to end the war. What's the White House's response to that, and have these talks hit a dead end?
They have not. Talks continue. They are productive, as the president said on Monday, and they continue to be. However, I saw a 15-point plan that was floated in the media. I would caution reporters in this room from reporting about speculative points or speculative plans from anonymous sources. The White House never confirmed that full plan. There are elements of truth to it, but some of the stories I read were not entirely factual. So I am not going to negotiate on behalf of the president here at the podium. What I will tell you is these talks are ongoing. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty details that have been exchanged between the United States and Iran at this time.
Well, yesterday the president mentioned a very big present that the Iranians had given the U.S. He wouldn't go into detail, but was it that ship that was carrying 2 million barrels of oil that made it through the state of Hormuz?
I'll let the president speak on that at the appropriate time. Infrastructure only. The remaining elements of the Iranian regime have another opportunity to cooperate with President Trump. There does not need to be any more death and destruction. But if Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell. Iran should not miscalculate again. Their last miscalculation cost them their senior leadership, their Navy, their Air Force, and their air defense system. Any violence beyond this point will be because the Iranian regime refused to understand they have already been defeated and refused to come to a deal. This administration is going to continue to unleash American energy dominance. We're continuing to do that. I'm pleased to announce that President Trump's meeting and long-awaited meeting with President Xi in China will now take place in Beijing on May 14th and 15th. First Lady Melania and President Trump will also host President Xi and Madam Peng for a reciprocal visit in Washington, D.C. at a later date to be announced this year. Maintain options at his disposal. It's the Pentagon's job.